right, y'all. What's happening? It's me, your resident supervillain, Mr. J. Washington, here with another one-on-one with the supervillain. For those who are new to these in the squad and those who are new to the squad altogether, thank you for joining. Of course, for these videos, what these are, members of the Patreon of a certain team, we sit down and talk about whatever it is they want to talk about from between about 30 to 45 minutes. It's their time to shine. And, I started this because there's some people new to this. So what I did was I started this because people just wanted to sit down and pick my brain and just talk about whatever. And I'm like, cool, let's do it. And then somebody was like, well, ain't there like a meet and greet? But I was like, here's the thing with a meet and greet. A meet and greet, you meet somebody for 5 minutes, take a picture, and that's it. We sit down and we chop it up. And so this brother just joined at the level, and I'm happy to be able to talk to him. I've seen him comment a lot of times while we're doing blurs and everything. So Mr. Xavier Black Wiley, what's happening, sir? Did I lose him? I got you. I still got you. Yeah, I can hear you. I can see you. You froze up a bit.
Oh, really? I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, I'm good.
So what's going on, man? You're freezing up a little bit. I think it's because you're moving so much.
We all good? Yeah. Am I good right now?
You are a little frozen right now. You good now? I see you. Yeah, you good now.
All right, man. How you doing?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. I can't complain, man. Just a Saturday, normal day, like a regular day of the week, still fucking working. So I can't complain.
Yeah, man. I see it.
What's up?
The first question,
you're breaking up a lot, so I think it's like because the way the phone you're probably holding the phone, so if you can like sit it up on something this way it don't move, because since it's moving, it's breaking up a lot.
Right there.
Yeah, you good. Yeah, you good there. As long as it's stable, you good. Yeah.
Okay. See, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, you come closer, man. You come closer to the phone. I mean, you ain't got to push yourself all the way back like this is an interrogation.
No, I'm having it. I'm actually having it sit up on the TV. I don't have a lot of places to sit it up in my room.
Got you.
So I don't want to mess with it. I don't want it to freeze up.
So what's going on, man?
Something, man. Just living and surviving every day. Just taking it one day at a time, really.
I know that's right.
So the first thing I wanted to ask you is really, how are you doing? Like, I know you talk about your mental health a lot, and I really, respect that a lot. We joke around.
Yep, I think he froze.
Y'all joke around.
It's weird. You're freezing up. Like you got it stable, but you're freezing up. Do you have it where you can put it on a computer or a laptop, or is it only on the phone you can do?
It's only on the phone. Sorry.
Oh, no worries. If it's easier, like we can still do it. I can just turn the video off and I can hear you, and you know what I'm saying, and you can see me, because this way to keep it from freezing.
So just keep the camera off.
Yeah, you can just turn the camera off. I mean, because sometimes it's easier. Sometimes if it does that, whichever way works. So talk and see if I can hear you.
Can you hear me right now?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly.
Okay, well, I'll just keep it like that just for a little bit. I'm sorry about the screen now.
Look, don't trip, man. Don't even trip. Trust me, as somebody who's had internet issues for a year and a half, I understand. So trust me.
Yeah,
I ain't tripping. You were asking about mental health.
Yeah, about yours. I know you talk about it a lot, so I want to ask that serious question before we get started.
I mean, I'm for the most part, I'm good. The stress that I have to deal with personal stuff is the stress that I'm dealing with. That isn't going to change until my situation changes, basically. So I can't let it overtake me as much. I mean, it's in the midst of the trying to move and the career stuff is always and being a parent on top of that, because like I just found out yesterday my teenage son has COVID, so like I'm dealing with that. So
oh man, wow,
yeah. So it's a lot. It's just it's me trying to push, trying to push forward and be concerned about him 2,000 miles away while I hear about this.
Yeah.
And so this is literally the first time I've said it to anybody. Like I didn't post about it in the news. So like you're the first person that's heard this. So yeah, so dealing with that has been a thing for the past 48 hours, really. So yeah. But other than that, like I said, I'm trying to keep my head up because I feel like I have to especially for my kids, especially for my son. Like I can't break down anything. I got to stay strong on that level. So yeah.
All right, man. Well, thanks for sharing that with me. Just on a lighter note, I want to talk about what are you excited about right now? I know Mortal Kombat's is out right now. I'm definitely gonna see it with my brother maybe next Thursday or something. But what are you excited about as far as nerd stuff, as movies or TV?
I think for me right now, I don't think that there's one thing in particular, because if you look at just this weekend alone, we got the season finale of Falcon and Winter Soldier. You got Mortal Kombat dropped. You got Invincible, which has been dope. It's like you keep getting stuff. You know what I'm saying? We constantly getting stuff back to back to back. So, like, as a nerd, this shit has been heaven in general. Because again, I think we all are having like our palates satiated, because last year we didn't get nothing because of everything, and so now having everything coming, dude, is like it's about to be May next week, and so then we know that, all right, cool, we got maybe a month till we get Black Widow, but still we got all this other stuff dropping, because once we get Black Widow, then we got Loki, then we got all this other stuff dropping here and there, left and right. So it's like it's so much to be. Then I gotta watch, because one of my buddies was like, yo, you better make sure you check out Jupiter Ascendant. So I'm excited about that. So it's like, as a nerd, you got so much stuff to keep you like, yo, I'm good right now. So it's like it's hard to be just excited about one particular thing, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's what I was getting really right up as far as my entertainment, because I had watched all the movies that I need to watch on Netflix, Hulu, Prime. And I was just, I was just waiting on something to happen. Then Godzilla and Kong came out, and I was like on that. Then Mortal Kombat's out. I'm gonna be on that. And me, to be honest, I didn't watch WandaVision. I just wasn't interested. So I'm probably the only one.
But that's the thing. But that's cool. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the thing too. Like, we don't have to consume everything that comes out.
I don't want to have to watch WandaVision or Loki. I'm just like, it's just not my interest, right? It's just not.
And again, that's the thing. It's not. WandaVision moved the story just so you knew Wanda was going to be the bad guy of Doctor Strange too. Loki, whatever Loki's going to do to try to start fixing some of the time variation stuff. But it's like, the thing with Sam, like Falcon and Winter Soldier, was basically showing how Sam accepts the title of Captain America, not just what we saw at the end of Endgame. And so it's like, you get it, like it's just more content, because we're gonna go to the movies. You know what I'm saying? It's just more content to have. It's not like you are really going to miss out on a lot. You might need one or two things you hear, but you're like, oh, that's all I need to know. Cool, boom, move forward. So it ain't one of those things you got to sit up. Like WandaVision for me, because I'm a fan of all type of weird shit, and I knew WandaVision was gonna be weird. So so that's what that was.
Okay,
I'm excited all the way around, man. But so don't worry that you didn't like it.
I didn't watch WandaVision. Period. I knew what happened.
Well, that's what I meant. I'm sorry. That's what I meant. Don't say that you didn't watch it. That's what I meant. That you didn't watch it.
Yeah, I'm just saying I'm not gonna trip off with stuff I don't watch. I'm just it's By the way, don't spoil the last episode of.
You broke up, so don't spoil the last episode of, because there's a lot of shit.
10-hour shift in my job.
Okay, hold on. You broke up, so you said don't spoil the last episode of, and then it just dropped. Are you there?
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, you got me?
Yeah, I got you. Okay. You said don't spoil the last episode of, and then you dropped
Falcon and Winter Soldier, because I had a 10-hour shift last night at work, so don't spoil that just in case.
Oh no, okay. Just let you have that. I'm gonna let you have that. I ain't gonna spoil it for you.
I had to delete all the thumbnails on my subscription. On my YouTube subscription thing, because I follow different channels. So I don't want to spoil that for myself. I'm gonna watch that later tonight after the UFC fight.
Oh no, that makes sense. You already gonna hear overall what it's about, but it's like you want to be able to see and enjoy it. So I'm different than most people. I'm the type of person that's like, spoilers to me don't really affect me, because I'ma still watch it regardless with my own eye.
Yeah.
That I'm just one of those people. Like people like, oh, don't you care about spoilers?
Oh,
I'm like, I'm gonna watch it regardless.
yeah, my Twitter is very, very scarce. So I haven't seen anything. I haven't heard anything. So I'm really, really good right now. So I'm really good at maneuvering like that.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah, I wish more people thought like you then, because or were like, you know what I'm saying? Because you have so many
So
people who it was when WandaVision came and people were like, why is everybody talking about it? But to hear you say as a person like, yo, I made it where I don't have to worry about that. I'm good. It's a rarity to hear that.
yeah, because what I do on my Twitter is when I see something blowing up that I haven't caught on to yet, I kind of like I unsubscribe, I unfollow the Twitter account of Marvel Entertainment until I get to it. Then I follow it again, so I don't have to spoil that thumbnails as I scroll it through Twitter, just kind of speed scrolling, trying to glimpse everything, so I can get off.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
that makes sense.
that's how I avoid spoilers on Twitter.
That's smart. That's smart. I can't
Okay,
even play it about
speaking of
that. That means no. Go ahead.
yeah, I'm sorry. Speaking of Invincible, I read the comic, but every single week. I can't believe how.
Wait. You broke up. You all I heard was I read, and then I heard the comic every single week. So it broke up.
Invincible. I can't believe how good Invincible is every single week. It's just blowing me away.
Dude, I've never read the comic, and I'm glad I didn't because I don't have
Mm,
anything to gauge off of, but I'm just loving the
mm.
show in itself. You know what I'm saying? Like every week I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, it's bloody violent, and I like the tone. It's really good storytelling.
And a lot of people who are fans of the comic keep telling me that the show is actually doing a better job than the comic ended up doing.
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying not to talk too fast because I don't know when I'm gonna freeze up again. So, excuse the inconsistency in the conversation. I'm just
No
trying
worries,
not
no
to.
worries. No
Yeah, yeah.
worries.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, Invincible has been great. I don't know. I know where you are, but I'm in Houston, Texas, so it's a little bit. It's not free down here. I still wear my mask every day, and everything's protocol. But going into the theater for the first time to see the little things, even though it was on HBO Max, I
Mhm.
still just needed that experience.
I've yet to go to a theater. It's just because, again, most of them out here are reservations and whatnot. And it's like, I don't,
Yeah,
I was always used to just being able to get up and go. So I understand the
yeah,
reservation and blocking your seat. So right now I haven't had the chance to. I want to. I'm not saying that I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like California is about to open up completely, but I just haven't had a chance to yet. I want to go, so I want to go because there would be used to be days before everything happened. I'd be bored. I'd be like, yeah, I'm just going to go see a movie and call it a day. And so I haven't
yeah.
done that yet.
The fact that I had to watch the Snyder Cut on my 42-inch HD TV pisses me off just thinking about it.
Why you say that?
Because that movie deserves a big screen, 4 hours or not. I just feel like I need to.
Yeah, well, that'll never happen. Hey, that's an HBO
I know
Max
that. I know
exclusive.
that. I know. It's just me being selfish, but yeah, the fact that I had to just stream that, it's like having to stream Infinity War on your phone.
Okay, because I think I'd have been upset if I'd have had to just. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are certain movies that you need to see, and you not need. I wouldn't even say need to. You just want to because you're so used to that feel. You know what I'm saying? And in Infinity
Yeah, yeah,
War, for me, was one of Infinity War. I remember at the press screening. I remember being at the press screening watching that, and everybody just being in shock. And then I remember going to the screening for Endgame and hearing people whimper and hearing people cry when shit was happening.
yeah. See, that's the thing I wish I could do. I wish I can go to screenings like you could, but I don't live in California, so I'm not privy to that. But
Actually, so
I
here's
just
the thing.
imagine.
So here's the thing about that.
Oh, really?
So they always aren't just in Cali and in LA. I
Okay.
have a buddy who does stuff in Dallas. They do it in Houston, Chicago, all the major cities. You just gotta know, find out who the press contact for those studios are in that city.
I would like to know because I'm in Houston. I would drive, but yeah, I would love to just have one person that knows something, just being in.
Man, look, that's all it takes. That's what I've learned. That's all it takes. Literally, that's how I fortunately got into it. I had to know somebody, and somebody be like, "Yo, hit this person up," and then boom, and then that's the way it goes. But yeah, it should be. Isn't who the fuck is down there? Double Toasted, but they're kind of big. They're kind of busy.
Double Toast is in Austin.
Oh, they're in Austin. I thought they were in Houston. I don't know why I thought they were in Houston.
Yeah, they're in Austin. I love those guys, by the way.
I've heard the only reason that's when you said that's I only know of them because people be like, yo, if you ever go, okay, so it's Austin. People like, if you ever go to Austin, you should connect with them. And I was like, that ain't how this works. I don't know if you understand how this works. Like, I just can't go to Austin and say, hey, y'all, I'm here. Like, that ain't how that kind of works.
Yeah. You know who you are.
I mean, I want to meet them. Like, it's a bunch of people you want to get a chance to meet and stuff like that. And work with eventually and stuff. And I'm one of those people that's like, YouTube is cool. YouTube is not my, doing the stuff, the reviews and everything and talking about it on, YouTube is cool. It's not my end all be all. It's fun and it's nice that people I meet and I link up with. So I have a different view about the whole thing more than some other people.
I was going to ask you another question, but I forgot this. But what's been your take on Black Lightning? I know I watch all of your videos. I give yourself a like. I give it a like every time I watch it, and leave a comment. I try to. But what's your take on Black Lightning right now?
I gotta actually do the review for the most recent episode. I realized I didn't do that. I'll do that tomorrow. It sucks that the show's ending, and the reason the show is ending. And why the show was ending and what happened changed the direction of this season. So if China hadn't left, if the show China hadn't left and the show wasn't ending, what we're getting right now would be different. Let's just say it like that. So I just wonder what the season would have been.
I know the fact you can see the physical changes in the episodes when her character's around. It's just kind of like, it's not uncomfortable for me because I know it's acting, but like it's just like you can tell something's up.
You could, when you see a show for so long and you watch it, just in general, any show we watch, you become a fan of and you watch regularly. When you see something, you're like, okay, I can see, like you said, I can see them trying to make this work. That's just like watching The Flash, and you can see how COVID affected all the new episodes. You can see how everybody socially, like they'll put two people together, but then they'll put maybe another person literally 6 feet away. Like you see exactly how, they're socially distanced because of how they're filming it. It's like, that is crazy in itself, because you would think that if you're on the show with everybody, of course you stay in quarantine at the time, you making sure you tested and staying safe. So all of them should be able to be around each other.
Yeah, see, you can even see the changes in Falcon and Winter Soldier because they had a storyline about a global pandemic themselves in that show. They had to cut that down completely out of Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Mm-hmm. You'll see, and I want to know when you will see it. You'll definitely, since you haven't seen the last, you will see the noticeable changes, because that's where it really got affected. You will see the noticeable changes in the last episode.
I can tell just based by the villain. I hate this villain girl. I'm like, come on. I know they can't use a big villain because they want to say those for the movies, but like this little girl running around with the super soldier children, I was just never on that train ever. It's just like you can tell that character arc changed a lot.
Well, I mean, they gender switched it because Carl Morgenthau is in the comics. The Flag Smasher himself is in the comics. They just switched it up and applied it to the MCU's world of the world without borders, people losing their homes and all that. And just because of Erin Carriman being who she is at the time, her name was celebrity, they put her at the forefront of it. But you also got Zemo in it as well, who arguably is one of the smartest Marvel villains.
I definitely get that, but I didn't know she was actually a real villain. Oh, he was a real villain. Yeah, but I
Yeah,
just,
he's a real character
the
in the
villain doesn't.
comics.
The villain just didn't grab me, but the story of with Sam and Bucky is just, that's strong. So I don't have any complaints other than that.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like it's we get these smaller villains. We forget sometimes when we're looking at comic book movies and TV shows that there's a plethora of characters that we don't see all the time. You know what I'm saying? We're so used to all the big name villains. We so used to a Thanos. We so used to a Doctor Doom, a Galactus. You know what I'm saying? All these big names.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can I'm trying to say it. Compartmentalize. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Mm.
I know the difference between the movie villains and the
Compartmentalize. I
TV
got you.
villains. Yes,
Say
yes.
that
I can't
again.
even get my words, but yeah. I love the Kingpin in Daredevil. I love the Luke Cage with small villains. I don't have a problem with the small villains or named villains. It's just like the story of the villain has to be good. Like Killmonger was ridiculous in Black Panther. This girl is not ridiculous. She just wants to be the savior, and
Right.
it's just a flat storyline. It's just I know they can't
Well,
help it, but
no, I got what you're saying. Like for me in Luke Cage, I hated Diamondback. I hated
oh, I
Diamondback.
like. I liked him. I liked his little cheesy self. He was just really getting into character.
I wanted more. I mean, I would now again. I understand because they only had him for 7 episodes that they only could get Mahershala Ali for them first 7. But then when you had Bushmaster in the second season, I would have wanted more of him.
That was because that guy he really matched up with Luke well, but was kind of just sticking to the MCU. But are you really excited for Black Widow after like 5 delays? I mean, people were talking mad shit about New Mutants, but like this movie is kind of getting the same treatment.
But the difference is there's a difference in the delays reason. I don't think we can put those on the same level. New Mutants
Okay.
kept getting, you know what I'm saying? Because New Mutants kept getting delayed because they kept changing. They kept doing reshoots, changing, decided if they were going to release it, if they weren't going to release it. Black Widow got pushed back due to a pandemic. That's literally all that, messed up Black Widow's date is the pandemic. Like it wasn't we need to do reshoots, we need to add this, we need to take that away. That's what all New Mutant situation was. For me, knowing that there's a reason this movie is set when it is. There's a reason this movie is a thing they had to do because they're introducing so many people, or they're going to tell a part of a story that we didn't know yet. So like I'm cool with it. I'll openly admit I was always one of those people who were like, "Yo, ain't this movie about 8 years too late?" But then I started hearing and seeing more. Because then I started hearing and seeing more. I was like, "Okay, I got why they doing this now."
Yeah, but the question is, are you excited to see it? Because I'm kind of 50-50. Okay. All right.
I definitely am.
What about
because I believe that Scarlett Johansson as Natalia is not dead. I believe the one that we saw die was probably. I believe the one we saw die was probably Florence Pugh's character.
Okay. But what about the Shang-Chi trailer? That is one I'm really excited about. I'm really excited about Shang-Chi.
Look, I'm excited. Everybody knows, but I just want this goddamn dragon. I just want, because I trust. After seeing what they did with the Chitauri, seeing what they've done with Thanos, seeing what Marvel Studios has done with so many different things, I want to see how amazing they make Fing Fang Foom look.
It's the closest thing we're going to get to Dragon Ball Z live action. Yep. That's probably it.
But remember, the Dragon Ball Z dragon don't just walk around on 2 legs and start whooping on people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm excited for it because, again, he's the master of martial art. He's the master of kung fu that can literally. He's the only dude in the entire Marvel universe who can stand up to a god in hand-to-hand combat without needing a weapon. What? I want to see this. I get the real Mandarin. I like their take on the 10 rings. I want to see this.
Yeah, this is what else was I gonna say? the fallout of Wonder Woman 1984. What was your response to that movie when you saw it?
It was. I'm trying to think how I want to put this. I want to put this. There was so much they could have done that they didn't do. That first of all, Pedro Maxwell Lord should not have just turned into the wishing stone. He should have turned into Loki in a sense, because that's who the god, the trickster god, whoever she said it was. He was supposed to turn into that god. If Wonder Woman fights all the gods every movie, no one complains about that because we understand she's a fucking god. You know what I'm saying? She's half a god.
Exactly.
Kristen Wiig as Cheetah built up so much to disappoint so hard.
It was the CGI. They were just trying not to be cats. You can tell. It was just don't be that. That's what they were.
Well, also it made no sense. Like they never explained why she became a cheetah.
I kind of made that canon up in my own head at the time of watching the movie.
I don't like to
make it to anybody else.
Because again, I mean, we saw the stuffed cheetah. We saw the stuffed cheetah in her office, right? I got it. But she was like, I want to be an apex predator. Then she could have been a bald fucking eagle. Like she could have been a lot of different things. But they never said why she wanted to be a cheetah in particular.
She could have been.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the apex predator. She could have been anything else but a cheetah. It's just the setup wasn't executed properly.
No, it wasn't. I think, and again, I'm one of those people that picked out all the things wrong with it and didn't nobody like that. Everybody was like, "Yo, like the Arab dude wishes for nuclear weapons. Really? This is what we on?
Really? Like, why would she do that in 2020? Who passed that script? I don't understand.
That was the thing. I was who said this was a good idea? Like again,
and she's a white woman, Patty Jenkins.
But Patty Jenkins has, she's supposed, Patty Jenkins seems like the type that has her ear to her nose to the ground, her ear to the streets, and she can understand. But the thing is, like, I understand if this was like, we know in 1984 that may have been the case. In the actual year, that may have been the case. But the fact that people don't want to see it portrayed on screen is a whole different thing. And that's probably the angle she took on it. Was like, yeah, in 84, they wanted weapons. I was like, yeah, I'm probably thinking like, yeah, I get it where you're coming from, ma'am. However, like you can't just, I want a nuclear weapon. Everybody, then you have Wonder Woman who takes over. Again, I'm still one of them people that's like, so we just cool with Wonder Woman raping the dude, huh? We just cool with this.
Yeah. That's just that and the whole thing about the jet having fuel just randomly, like, oh yeah, they just keep jet fuels in the museum. Like, come on, man.
There is no such thing as a decommissioned jet with fuel in it ready to go, unless it just got that problem.
No, sir. Yeah. I know I'm going back in the archives a little bit because I just want to get your touch on everything, but
no worries.
Birds of Prey. Okay, look. The way they did my girl Kate Kane is just unforgivable. The movie was great. I mean, the movie was good up until around that character. But Harley Quinn and Margot Robbie is great, perfect. It's just, why would you do that to Kate Kane? Just don't have her in the film. You want to do a grounded film? Do a grounded film. Do another character. You could have did Black Canary. They did have Black Canary, a literal Black Canary, which was annoying. That they literally cast a black woman to be Black Canary. I know what they were doing with that, but anyway, the Kate Kane situation. I scratched my head a little bit with that. The jewel thief kid angle.
That was the part that got the kid angle part was what was weird to me. I was like, why does she have to be a kid? I was like, why does she have to be? Go ahead.
I'm sorry. And she's not even. This is not even related to Batman remotely. So why would you even put a Bat family character even idealistically in the movie?
You know what? And that's the thing. I said this on Mad Titan. I said it everywhere else. Stay away from the Bat family. Stay away from it. Stay away from it. Birds of Prey could have worked on its own. We know it's Gotham. We already know it's Gotham. And people keep like
even though it's LA, even though it's sunny LA.
Man, dead ass Chinatown, LA. Like everybody was like, this is Los Angeles. Like I used to work down the street from a couple spots, but my thing was stay away from the Bat family because DC has so many characters. You can do the Birds of Prey thing. Yes, it's Gotham, whatever. We get it. But you don't, Batman don't need to be a part of this in no way, shape, form, or fashion. So meaning stay away from the Bat family. Like you do not, I don't know why there's this obsession from these studios that we have to keep going in the Bat family. Yeah, Batman's a $10 million character, but yo, you can if you take time to build out these other characters, people will want to see them. Now, Birds of Prey, this was one of a shoot for the moon and hit the stars, hopefully. You know what I'm saying? Again, did it bomb? No, because it didn't get its Chinese opening. If it got its overseas opening, I guarantee you it would have made a killing. Because everybody was like, Birds of Prey bomb. And I'm like, no, Birds of Prey didn't get to open overseas.
The one, I'm going to just say this. Tiana Taylor as Vixen. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
So here's my issue with that. Tiana Taylor looks like Vixen. I don't trust Tiana Taylor's acting ability.
I didn't trust David Bautista's acting, but we see how that worked out.
Well, Dave, here's why I gave Dave a difference, because Dave was in pro wrestling, and pro wrestling is basically acting. It's basically acting.
Okay. That's just okay. That's just my fan cast, and I just think she would be great in that role. I just think someone with it.
Someone with what?
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I said she looked the part. She looks the part.
I'm gonna say something really controversial about the Batwoman TV show.
I don't think there's anything controversial to say about it. Wait a minute. I'm gonna think before you say something. I don't think there's anything really you can say controversial about it. That as long as it ain't just homophobic, because I think everybody's opinions are pretty much the same on the show. But go ahead.
It's just they went the whole angle of the character sexuality. They just went in with that intent and not with the intent of getting the right actress. That's just my thing.
Which time? Are you talking the first time?
Yeah, with Ruby Rose, they just cast it based off of that part.
Everybody knows that. That's not controversial. That's something everybody. They only got Ruby Rose because Ruby Rose was a star. That was it.
That character is actually good, and if you did it right, she can really make some waves with men and women.
They just got it because they just got Ruby Rose because it was Ruby Rose. Like everybody said there are plenty of lesbian actresses you could have got that would have outshined Ruby Rose and would have wanted to continue to do the character.
Okay, well, yeah, that's not as controversial as I thought. I was just saying they really didn't carry the character well with that. I thought they were going to do it well, but Ruby Rose is like 5'2". Come on, you at least cast an Amazonian type of woman just to see the physicality. But I know the acting over physical look debate.
Well, yeah, I mean, we've seen that happen. But at the same time, when you have somebody who, to a lot of people, Ruby Rose can't act. Ruby Rose is just, for lack of better words, eye candy to many people. Ruby Rose can't act. And so people are like, oh, well, she was good in Orange is the New Black. I'm like, Ruby Rose is good as a supporting character. Ruby Rose is not a man. She's not a lead. She's a supporting actress. Go ahead.
Orange is the New Black was a TV show, but she wasn't the lead. It's like,
right, that's what I'm saying. She's not the lead.
I don't know if she could have carried.
No, she couldn't have carried that. No, and I think that's the thing people forget. Like, that's why Ruby Rose in any of the crossovers, when they started using her in the crossovers in the Arrowverse, she worked in the crossovers because she was a supporting character. She wasn't a lead character. So it was like, okay, in these little trace amounts of Ruby Rose's Batwoman, I'm okay with this. But when you got her in a full show, you were like, oh, I don't need this in my life.
Okay. Two more questions, then we're gonna get out of here because I'm looking at the clock. It says 34. I know the time. Okay. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. on ABC. Did you ever watch that? Did you ever get on it? Have you ever got curious about it?
I watched it when it first started. I watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. when it first started because what Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was supposed to be. This was before we had any other TV shows. Agents of Shield. This was before we had any other TV shows and a lot of movies. Agents of Shield was supposed to be that bridge until you get a next movie, right? Because it was only a certain amount of movies at that time, and I was with it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Jeff Loeb and Marvel TV was like, "Nah, we're gonna do our own thing." And for a while, the story was cool, but then it would go completely off track. But then it would come back, but then it would go off track again. You know what I'm saying? It would go back and forth. And it was like, yeah, you have Phil Coulson, which connects it to the larger MCU, but it doesn't do anything else to the MCU. So I was with it, and then, like I said, when I canceled it, I was like, I get it, because you can't. It's like, yo, there's nothing else you can do with this.
Yes. See, that's the thing about me. I stuck with Agents of Shield all the way through all 7 seasons up until last year. I think 1 through 4 is great, inconsistent but great. Season 5 is a dud. Season 6 is okay. Season 7, they just wraps it up because they have to. The whole Inhumans thing, that was.
You broke up.
You said a lot of people rewatching Agents of Shield done already.
Wait. You broke up. All I heard was that whole Inhumans thing, and then you broke up.
You got me now?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. I've been seeing a lot of people rewatch Agents of Shield over the past pandemic, and a lot of people who didn't like it at first or didn't watch it at first, they really love it up until season 4. And then that's when it drops off for them. But I stuck with the show the whole time. I think it's really good, but I just wanted to get your take on that.
Yeah, it's one of them shows that was like, it was supposed to, like I said, when it originally came out, what it was supposed to be, I was for it. And then it switched up, and I was like, all right, so we bring it into Creed, I guess. Okay, here's Terrigenesis, and then here's the Inhumans, which I was like, why is this happening? And and it is what it is.
Everyone knew they didn't have but I have no idea why they even tried that.
Inhumans was supposed to be a movie. Inhumans was supposed to be a movie, and then somebody was like, "Nah, let's do it as a series." And then they were like, "Well, we don't have a budget for Medusa's hair, so we're gonna cut her hair." Yeah. I was like, "There's no point in having Medusa then."
Yeah, that was just Jeff Loeb. Well, not Jeff Loeb. It was Ike Perlmutter, that racist. He was trying to get back in Kevin Feige. That's what he really wanted. He didn't want Kevin Feige to have that glory.
Yeah.
That guy really derailed both the shows because of that petulant child behavior. But I'm just glad he's been gone, and
Yeah, he derailed him. He's in a sense signed his own death certificate doing that, because you didn't hurt the MCU and Kevin Feige at all.
No, you just hurt yourself. That's all. And he hurt the fans with that show.
Yeah. And people who paid at the box office to go see the first episode of Inhumans, the first 2 episodes.
I can't believe that people did that.
People was like, I gotta see it in IMAX, and when they go saw it in IMAX, it was like, I really need to fight people.
Okay, let me ask you about the Old Guard movie. Did you? I know you reviewed it, but what's your stance on it now?
I rewatched it. I just rewatched it a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
I want the sequel so bad.
Yeah. Okay, I was trying to ask. Say what you said.
I said I want the sequel, but you were saying.
Yeah, I just wanted to get your I think touch on it again, see if you liked it, see if it held up, months later, or or not.
I want, because here's the thing. I know now, due to Atomic Blonde, Mad Max Fury Road, and the Old Guard, we're never getting Charlize Theron in the MCU, more than likely. That's never going to happen, more than likely. So I need this sequel of the Old Guard quickly.
I mean, Charlize Theron, she still is in great shape. I think she can be MCU Mystique. Just throwing it out there. I think she could do that.
No, I mean she could, but I think that's why you got her in Atomic Blonde and why you got her in the Old Guard, because I don't think she wants to.
Okay. Okay. One more question. I know what you guys said about Black Panther 2, and rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman and all that, and I respect all that. But for me, just as a black man, just as a comic book movie watcher and all this, I just really disagree with Kevin Feige and the crew not recasting Black Panther. I understand the sentimental reasons why they didn't, but it's just, we get a new Spider-Man, we get new Supermans, we get all these characters. It's just like, I know it's hard to move on, but I just want that character on screen, and I don't know what Black Panther 2 is going to look like, and I'm not excited to see what.
You broke up. All I heard was you're not excited to see.
But I know
you broke up. You said you broke up. All I heard was you're not excited to see.
You got me now?
Yeah.
You got me? Yeah, I just said I wasn't excited to see Black Panther 2 without seeing the.
I mean, my thing is this: like, this is the biggest thing. I think everybody has. What'd you say?
I mean, they're gonna do what they're gonna do, but
my biggest thing is this, and this is the one, and again, this is the big thing. As an actor, that people everybody got to take their feelings out for one thing. No actor right now wants that pressure. Not a single one. There is not a single actor that wants the pressure of trying to fall into that role, because it's too much of a headache. As much as people say they want to see T'Challa recast, that's fine. But I guarantee you, the majority of fans will not give that actor the benefit of the doubt, because they'll be too busy comparing what they do to what Chadwick did. So the problem is you don't have actors who want to step into that role. Like, people think people outside of the industry think that be the case. In the industry, it's different. There are actors who don't want that headache. That's a headache. That's an unnecessary headache.
But isn't Spider-Man, isn't Superman a headache?
But it's the difference with those. The difference is the actors didn't die out. They just rebooted the role. There's a difference. You didn't have an actor who passed away, who left a legacy, a lasting impression. We argue consistently back and forth over who's the best Superman, who's the best Batman, who's the best Spider-Man. We didn't get a chance to fully do that. But so if you have Chadwick Boseman right now, there's no actor that wants to sit there and take that role. There's not an actor that wants that role, because they could. I can say that because if they did, because they would have been easily able to recast that. Easily. No actor wants it, because again, they're respecting Chadwick in that role, and they don't want that pressure. There's no actor that wants that pressure. Fans can want one thing. Fans got to remember, they are not the actors who have to deal with that. Actors don't want to have their Twitter and their Instagram blown up. Oh, you suck, blah, 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 just because you're not Chadwick. They don't want to deal with that. And so that's the thing people keep forgetting. Again, it's about feelings over facts in that case. I understand, eventually, maybe years down the line, maybe, but the problem becomes, will that person be able to do the role their way and not be compared to Chadwick Boseman? Because that's an issue. And again, if Chadwick had just left the role, different story. You know what I'm saying? If Chadwick was just, I did my time as T'Challa, I'm done, different story. Chadwick unfortunately passed. So that's a harder thing to fill in on that, because automatically you got the emotion from knowing this dude's life was cut short, due to cancer, and he didn't get to finish what he wanted. We know that. And so that's the emotion. People got emotional watching Ma Rainey's Black Bottom and The Five Bloods, because it's like, damn, I'm never going to get more works of his. You know what I'm saying? So now,
because he just
go ahead.
Yeah, because Chadwick had just died a couple months prior to that movie. He had died a couple months prior to both those movies, so people were still really feeling it. I think as time progresses, it may change a little bit. Maybe 2022, 2023, maybe things will change in the industry. But yeah, those emotions were very raw when people saw Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. I understand that completely.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Emotion for sure. Like you said, yeah, this is like months after. Absolutely. But again, when you hear the role, let's just be again, we gotta be real with this. As something I take it outside, like I said, people gotta take it outside that look of we recast Batman, we recast Spider-Man, we recast Superman. Those actors just move on from the roles, right? Andrew Garfield went on to do Oscar-nominated films. Tobey Maguire did a
Yeah.
bunch of other stuff. You had, when it comes to Superman, unfortunately, what happened to Christopher Reeve, but then you get Brandon Routh, you move on from him, and then we get Henry Cavill. Batman is the list as long as I don't know what. Those actors move on from the roles. They didn't pass in while they were in the midst of the role. That's a there's a big difference in the two from being done with the role to passing while you're right in that role. And again, the way the internet and fandoms are right now, no one wants fandoms right now are too toxic as a whole. No one wants that headache.
What do you think Chadwick would have wanted as a person?
I'm not.
Not
That's
as
the
an
thing.
actor,
I'm
as a
not.
person.
That's the thing. I'm not going to speculate that. I'm never going to. I'm not going to
Okay.
speculate what another man wanted after he passed, and I think that's what people got to stop doing. I'm not going to speculate what
Okay.
Chadwick would have wanted that because nobody knows. The only person who may know is Chadwick and his wife. And if neither one of them say it, Chadwick unfortunately can't say anything. And if his wife doesn't say anything, we don't know. We can't go off speculation. Because speculating a dead man's wishes or what his wants is, that's not fair to his legacy. If there's been no clear cut, defined response that, hey, this is what I want, you can't. You just can't. That's a disrespect to him.
Oh God, it's gonna be hard not seeing T'Challa. But anyway, I'll get over it. But man, thanks for the time. I know it's about 46, 47. I have to go, so I respect that you had a time limit. But
look, this is your time. We went over. Of course, I was gonna go over when I knew you were having a little few issues, audio and visual wise. So I was like, I have no problem with that. But I know you got to go. So that's cool. As long as you do these monthly, you get to do these monthly. So that's how this works. Again, next time you're probably like, hey, let me try something else.
Yeah, because I just want to see you win, brother. I even without the interview, I would have been subscribed to the $25 tier, anyway, because that was the highest you had. So I was just gonna be here anyway. So I just support you, brother.
Man, it means a lot to hear. Seriously, bro. From the bottom, and I say that sincerely from the bottom of my heart, in the midst of a muscle Harry Potter shirt. I mean that sincerely, man. Listen, this is gonna be in the squad for there. If y'all already know how to find me, Xavier, you'll catch him in the comments of YouTube and on the comments on Blur's Live many times. So talk to him there. If you want people to find you on Twitter, if you are, how do you want to do that? Let them know how to find you.
Twitter, I'm Mr. Negative, and on Instagram it's Black America 92. Black America, all lowercase, 3 Ks.
All right. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. Make sure y'all follow that brother. Don't go nowhere. I'm gonna end this. Don't go nowhere. But I will holler at y'all next time for another one-on-one supervillain, man. To the squad, I appreciate you. Take care. I'm out. Bye.